Facebook.
YouTube, all you people.
YouTube, Instagram, if this ever gets
It does, it goes
communicated on Instagram.
And I want to thank
That's why I said it.
Instagram.
I'm pitching you softballs.
For 1,000 followers.
Knock it out of the park. Yay!
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So excited and so grateful and thankful for every single one of you that follows us.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And to hit that milestone yesterday was just like, yes, I had a goal by Christmas, but it happened yesterday, and I am so thankful.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, thank you so much. But we wanted to talk about finishing the week between Christmas and New Year strong and with intention.
Yes.
So we were talking about it, and I was like, every year, go through this thing where, I'm like, okay, well, Christmas Eve, I'm going to, have some appies, and then Christmas Day, we're going to have Christmas dinner, and then what happens is the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, I'm just like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to eat, drink, do whatever.
There's some Baileys in there.
Yeah.
Coffee, all those things.
And, work out here and there, but nothing really too crazy.
Yeah.
This year, I just feel like it was such a crazy year, and I know that in March and April I was very emotionally not strong, and I kind of slacked then, and then I went through some injuries in September, blah, 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 and I just want to finish this year strong. And so I really want to work out Christmas morning, not I'll let my kids obviously open up their gifts, but after that whole thing goes on at 6 a.m. whenever Nola gets up.
So you could get up at 4:15 like we normally do. And
just work out. And just work out.
We could post that.
And work out on Christmas and work out Boxing Day and the 27th and 28th. And just finish that week super, super strong and with intention that I'm not going to be on January 2nd going, oh, well, now I got to kick my ass into gear. Because I've already been consistently doing it for that week. Beating the binge, really. Yeah,
I find what happens again, when we talk about when you're planning on going on a vacation or you're going a thing, as you start to get to the event, you start to slip off and you start to be like, oh, well, this is going to be happening anyways. So like we said, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, most people don't work and they're, with their families and whatever. And yes, you're going to enjoy your time and you're going to eat whatever and all those things are going to happen. But yeah, that turns into the day before and the day after, and then generally what's going to happen is it snowballs. Yeah. So, just be mindful of it. Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to, work out like crazy, but, do a few extra things, so that you don't put yourself in a position where that first week of January comes and you feel like you have to climb a mountain because of all the things that you indulged in over that period of time, and you just let everything completely slip, especially if you've been working your butt off for months and months and months and months and months, right? So again, it's not our goal. It's not, you're not doing this for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself because you wanted to do something, you wanted results, you wanted to have a better situation for yourself. So try as best you can not to put yourself in a position where 1 or 2 days ends up being a 3-week skid because, one day leads into the next, day leads into the next, leads into the next. And that's, and that's why I said strong with intention. So intentionally every single day leading up to the new year and then fully into the new year, I want to be present. I want to set the goal that I have each day, and I want to carry those goals out because I show up for myself and live my life intentionally to reach the goals that I want to reach. And I don't want to have to be scrambling on January 2nd with, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And it's just so hard when I could have been doing it the whole time, up to this point and beyond, up till the 31st. And, just going into January 2nd, it's okay, well, I've already been doing this, so I'm just going to rock it. Yeah. I think also we talked a few videos back about hangovers, and I think that I just thought of this actually, is that a lot of times it's not necessarily the event or the party or whatever it is that triggers the fall off. It's the day after where your body feels like, oh, what did I do? And I feel like crap and blah, blah, blah. And then there's two reactions to that. You either get back on the horse or you know, again, start to slide and be like, oh, I feel like crap, so I'm not going to do anything today. And then, oh, I didn't do anything yesterday, and I still kind of don't feel great, so that whatever. And then it's like, oh, well, you know, it's only 2 days till New Year's, so, you know, and again, you have that sort of this event over here, and then this event happening here, and then it's the time in between that you have the opportunity to stay on track, and that's where a lot of people lose.
I was talking to a friend yesterday, actually, and she travels. Usually every Christmas they travel from BC to another province, and they go see their mom, and she bakes all of these treats and stuff, and she goes and, you know, has them with her family. And this year she's like, oh, I can't wait to start baking all this stuff. And I said to her, I'm like, but you're not traveling this year. She's like, no, we're not. We're just the 5 of us staying home. And I'm like, so what are you going to do with all these treats? She's like, eat them. I'm like, like, you're baking a dozen butter tarts, 2 dozen shortbread cookies, you're baking bars, you're baking Nanaimo bars, you're baking all the stuff, and then you're just gonna have it. And she's like, I'm like, what about the goals that you've worked so hard since July? You've lost almost 40 something pounds, and now you're gonna eat until, and then January's what, 1st, 2nd, you're gonna start again? And she was like, oh my god, I'm not baking. She's like, I'm just gonna bake she bakes pies for Christmas Day for dinner, after dinner, and she's like, I'm just gonna bake a pie and like 1 or 2 treats. And I'm like, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to bake all that stuff. And she's like, well, I could freeze it. And I'm like, what? And then nibble on it? Like, and so just having that conversation with her, she kind of was like, had that light bulb moment where it was like, oh my god, why am I doing this? Like, yeah, it just doesn't align with the goals that she set, and she doesn't want to go back. Like, she wants to keep moving forward. So it was just, you know, looking at it from 10,000 feet and being like, oh yeah, we don't need all this stuff. Like, yeah, it was pretty cool to kind of like talk to her and kind of have that realization, like, you don't need all this crap. Like, yeah,
for sure. Yeah, so again, you have the opportunity to have the moments, just don't let those moments turn into an entire season.
Yeah. And it doesn't need to be an entire week of eating, and, you know, because you're just going to feel awful. Yeah. Like, yeah, I know that when, like, if we eat really crappy, like, we have, like, pizza is a big one for us. If we have, like, pizza from, like, a restaurant, and we have it ordered, me and Connor instantly do not feel good the next day.
Yeah, we keep doing it, but yeah, it doesn't make
our
sense.
kids love pizza, and we don't even like pizza.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just, you know, if you're, again, people get tired, there's circumstances, you're like, you had a plan for something, and then you go look, and you're like, oh, I forgot to take something out of the freezer. It's like, okay, well, you know, the kids want pizza. Okay, we'll just get pizza. And then it's like, you know, immediately after eating it, it's like, oh, why did I do this again?
Yeah. Yeah, and then the next day we just usually check it out because we're just like, oh, I'm not eating that again. So it's kind of pointless. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But, you know, I just don't want to feel that fog.
Yeah.
And even our Christmas dinner, like, I've kind of adjusted it this year to, like, be only kind of healthy. Like, we're still gonna have stuffing and gravy, but we're not gonna have all the extra stuff. Like, it's just the 4 of us, and our kids don't like turkey, they don't like mashed potatoes, they don't like stuffing, they don't like gravy. So yeah, we don't need all the stuff. Tournament. Oh, I didn't even think to make that.
Yeah. Now you will.
Maybe that instead of sweet potatoes.
All right.
So,
beautiful.
Strong intention.
Yeah. So stick to it. Again, don't be super hard on yourself. It's not the end of the world, but just don't let that one day turn into 5 days, turn into 2 weeks, and then you got a whole bunch of extra work that you're going to need to do to get where you want to be. Instead, try to maintain through that season, and then what you'll do is that when the new year kicks in, then you're that much closer to where you wanted to be in the beginning.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. And we are open. We're
Yeah.
open the 26th. We are open.
Yep.
We're only closed the 24th, 25th, and 31st.
I think so.
Yeah, those are the only days we're closed. We're even open on January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't taken a class, come take our holiday class.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I hope that you all have an amazing Thursday. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Oh, we're almost finished this week. Tomorrow the kids don't have, it's their last day of school. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And I know that we do online school, and you guys are like, what's the big deal? But you have to be a teacher when you're doing online school, and I'm not a great teacher.
I have to be.
Yes. He has to be a teacher. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun.
Oh.
I saw Connor shot me a friend request. I instantly accepted.
Thank you. Now I'm learning this whole social media thing.
Yeah.
This whole social thing in general. This whole other people. Mm-hmm.
So out of his comfort zone right now.
It's good times.
All right, we out. What's your outro today?
No, I thought that was it.
No, come on.
You said we out.
You used to dance.
You said we out. That's what's it.
Okay, we out. Bye, guys. Love you.